What's up, guys? It's Devin Harrington, the average Gen Xer. Welcome back to my channel, where today I have been putting this off long enough. We have to talk about Alexandra Rodriguez. If you follow the Alexandra saga, you surely know that this longtime YouTuber is now pregnant with her second child. Her first child is about 1.5 years. So she is going to have two under 3 years old. And this is someone whose maternal instinct is negligible, according to what she shows on her vlogs. And her skill as a mom leaves much to be desired. So we all got the news last week that we were kind of expecting that Alex is pregnant again. And she had told us in the beginning she didn't know how many kids she wanted. Maybe they were going to be one and done. Maybe they were going to have more. But we all know Alex has long made it clear that she is dying to have a little mini-me. So she wants a daughter that she can dress up and play with and have as the ultimate accessory. And before anyone comes for me, I am far from the only person who thinks this. Yes, we all watch tons of true crime. We know that there are far worse parents out there than Alex and Yar. But those parents don't post daily vlogs of their life 3 or 4 times a week. So they're not in everyone's face. Alex is out here posting stuff. And yes, you can't tell someone's entire life from a 25-minute vlog. But judging by what she chooses to show, what goes on behind the scenes ain't pretty. So they did just find out last week it is, in fact, a girl. And the people of Reddit are very concerned about this little girl. This is not this is a snark channel when it comes to Alex, but this is a really serious subject. Those of us that are familiar with Alex and have done our own research on her, we know that this little girl is going to be golden childed to within an inch of her life. Her big brother, Anderson, who was the baby that Alex craved, is now well and truly set up to become the scapegoat. Now, I am not a psychologist. I don't know Alex personally. This is all just my opinion on my channel, and I'm just speculating. But the people of Reddit all tend to agree that this is not a good situation. So if you happen to have stumbled on this video and wondering who the hell is Alexandra Rodriguez, she's a YouTuber. She's been on since 2011 on YouTube, and there is a growing faction of the internet that is trying to get her removed from social media for a number of reasons. Anyway, let's check out what the people of Reddit had to say about this new pregnancy and gender reveal. But first, on every video on this channel, I encourage and beg and plead with all animal lovers out there, please consider volunteering or fostering for your local animal shelter or rescue. And I would like to present to you all 4 of my current dogs. So this is Kubi, the brown boy. He is a foster fail. I got him in his litter at 5 weeks old from a neglect case, and he was the one that I kept. And this little tripod guy, White Momo, his actual name is Moby because he's named after Moby Dick, because he is in fact a large white menace. And then those 2 stretched out black puppies are Pearl and Dottie, and they are my current fosters. They just got spayed yesterday, and now they're available for adoption through the Austin Animal Center. If you love animals, please do your part to help save the world. It really is the most rewarding thing you can do. It doesn't cost as much or take as much time or effort, and you are saving lives. And if you love animals, that's an important thing to do. So please do your little part to help save the world. Do it for the animals. Thanks. Now, just before we get into the actual pregnancy gender reveal thing, I always try to impress upon anyone who watches this video that the reason that people dislike and disapprove of Alex so much is that she simply lies to her followers and denies lying. So Of course, our queen of comparison photos, Move Suspicious 2108, who never fails to put up these wonderful comparison photos. On the left here, we have Alex's fucking rage bait photos. She's just got to be so goddamn smug. I got banned from Reddit for saying that Alex has the most punchable face on the internet. Now tell me, where is the lie? Look at this, with her chiseled jaw, which does not exist, and her pushed out lips, which do not exist. I mean, come on. That's like a 2012 habit with the fucking Kardashians. Like, she's just lost in her heyday. She's going to be one of those women. Do you ever see someone? I mean, if you're my age, I tend to every once in a while see a woman around my age who's just lost in her prime in the 80s. You know, she's still got the big hair and the 80s clothes, and it's just really sad, you know. Don't ever get stuck in your prime. Just decide that now, always now, is your prime. Whether you're 20 or 90, you're in your prime. It's all in your mind. Okay, so Move Suspicious just wanted us to see that this is, on the left, not what Alex looks like. This is what she presents herself as on Instagram, which is a lie. This is a lie. This is filters and Photoshop and AI and God the fuck knows what else we have out there today to deceive the minds of everyone who is growing up with this bullshit. And the reason that I have such strong feelings about this is because Gen X was the last group of kids who grew up without tech in their hands at all times. Yes, we had the first video games. I was 7, I think, when my neighbors, my best friend, Carla, her family got the Pong on the TV. If you don't know what Pong is, just look it up. You're going to have a good laugh. So on the right here is what Alex actually looks like, kind of, because this is from her vlog, which I'm sure she puts filters on. I mean, you look at her nowadays, look at this picture down here in the green bathing suit. You can see like shoulder bones emerging, so she has lost some weight. But if she actually looked like this on the left, she would be shouting from the fucking top of the Empire State Building how much pounds she has lost to look like this after looking like this on the right. But it's all lies. It's all lies. And I'm just going to have to die on that hill along with the rest of us, because Alex just insists on refusing to admit that she uses any kind of trickery. And we're talking about the difference between her Instagram photos and her actual vlogs. And none of her, whoever is left actually following her unironically, never has a word to say about it. So, Move Suspicious said, "I am so sick of this shit. Her Instagram needs to be flagged with those community notes on every fake pic she posts." And yes, I actually have been reporting her Instagram photos. Nothing has happened so far. Instagram still thinks that they are within their rules and regulations and standards and procedures, but eventually this will happen. All we need is enough people to point this out, that this is not healthy. This is not healthy. Fast food's been around for 60, 70 years, and just now there's enough people saying this shit is poisonous that the tide is starting to turn. The profit margins of fast food restaurants are going down. Okay, she's selling and promoting a harmful lie. Giving people body dysmorphia, yep, and low self-esteem, yep, about their own body image. She's abusing her platform, getting money for looking like a skinny legend when she's nearly 400 pounds. Nobody knows what Alex really weighs, because she's a liar, and she can, AI any number she wants onto her scale, which she stopped doing anyway. I mean, the whole point obviously was to get pregnant so she can get all that pregnant lady attention that she loves so much. And then on top of it all, she's gonna have a baby girl. And I really fear for that baby girl. That poor baby girl is gonna end up on like the raised by narcissistic parents no contact subreddit. Anyway, just my opinion. Using AI filters, Photoshop, and editing herself to this unrealistic person that looks nothing like her. This needs to stop. It's disgusting that she even has a channel and social media influence, knowing that everything is a lie. Yes. Now, we've all witnessed influencer culture on all the social media platforms. And I think most people have, like, gotten the hint that this shit is fucking fake. There are influencers out there who are going broke just trying to keep up the facade of their fancy lifestyle. It's just sad. And I think the tide is turning in that the human race, we are hardwired to want the truth, to want reality, to want what is real, because what is fake does nothing for us. It accomplishes nothing except negative effects on the brain, in my humble opinion. Okay, and then Move Suspicious also commented, Instagram needs to set stricter rules for influencers. A community note should be on all of Alex's selfies and reels, especially clothing try-on hauls and this type of shit where she's making herself look 175 pounds when she's nearly 400. The fact that she gaslights by denying filters is one thing, but she shouldn't be allowed to even do this on any platform without it being stated that's a fake image. Oh my God, I so agree. And the technology is increasing so fast. Like there's going to be programs coming out that can detect AI and point it out. I'm sure that's coming. So those of us who want Alex off the internet, let's just be patient because her day will come. You cannot be this fake and not eventually have a downfall because of it. Okay, here's the worst part. For anyone who was blocked from Alex's Instagram, user Sarah030 was kind enough to post Alex's posted reaction to the news that they are having a girl. So let's check it out.
Where?
What is with his face? Y'all, what is with his face? He sees it's a girl and he opens his mouth like this and she's sobbing and crying and freaking out and laughing. What is he doing? Okay, so they just found out they're having a girl. He knows that she has desperately wanted a girl. He knows, okay? We all know, so he definitely knows. No kiss on the forehead, no kiss on the lips, no we're so excited. I mean, look at what he says.
Oh my God, it's a girl.
It's a girl. Oh my God, it's a girl. And she's sobbing. Could it be more obvious this guy is like her roommate? It's really sad. God. And Sarah said, for the blocked girlies, her reaction, she's pathetic. I feel so bad for Anderson. Yeah, when they found out Anderson was a boy, her first reaction was to say, well, these tests are not always accurate. And of course she lies. She lies and comes on here and says, oh, we don't have a preference. We'll take whatever. Clearly she has a fucking preference. Comments on here, typical handle said, makes me sick to my stomach and sad for Anderson. She's only reacted like this to food. Yeah, have you ever seen Alex get so excited about anything like that other than food? OK Alfalfa asked, did he kiss her or just the hug? Oh, no kisses here. I don't think I've ever seen him kiss her except at their wedding. Typical handle responded, I thought the same, no kiss. Like, really? It would have been like in the movies if he kissed her. Yeah. A married couple? I mean, even fucking Chris Watts. True crime girls out there, you know who Chris Watts is for sure. But when you see that video of him coming in the door and his wife tells him she's pregnant with number 3, he puts on a show, and even he, a fucking sociopath, has the instinct to hug her and then kiss her. I mean, it's like sealed with a kiss, we're having a baby. But these two, not a fucking clue. They're like defective cyborgs or something. Gloomy Art said they did not do that for Anderson. It doesn't matter how she spins it. Mandy024, someone needs to post her reaction for his reveal. Yes, I'm sure somebody did. Worried Top said, she says she opened it by mistake, so she didn't get her reaction. I can't help but wonder if maybe she didn't want us to see the reaction anyway. And Any Movie said, she's a liar. She had a fit and threw a tantrum when she realized Anderson was a boy, so of course she couldn't upload that online and had to make up some BS story about them finding out by mistake. And then Photograph Forsaken points out, Yar is looking at the camera like he's checking himself. It's so weird. Yeah, of course he is. He is looking at the camera like, am I doing the right face? Is his face right? There is something off with these people, and no one will convince me otherwise.
Where?
What is with his mouth? What is with that face, you freak? She's so happy. She's having a girl. He doesn't even kiss her.
Oh my god.
Fucking weirdos. Okay, so not long after Alex posted the gender reveal on Instagram, she also pinned this comment. Because she reads the subreddit all the time, even though she denies looking at it. Of course, more lies. But she knows that we would have something to say about her reaction. So to get ahead of it, she pinned this comment. For anyone who's going to make up some BS about my reaction, I was totally expecting a boy and was genuinely shocked that it was a girl. I also have always wanted one of each, but we would have been just as excited for a healthy baby boy, right? Sure you would. The internet can be such a cruel place. Then get the fuck off of it, Alex. And picking apart everything I do in my videos is so exhausting. It's only exhausting for you, Alex. We're just stating our opinions on your behavior, which you choose as a grown-ass adult, allegedly, to post online. So get off your fucking whiny soapbox. This was our genuine reaction, and more than anything, we're so grateful she's healthy and can't wait for Anderson to meet his little sis. And thank you to all the kind and supportive viewers who have been so wonderful. You guys keep me going. I'm sure they do, Alex, because you've never had a real job and you just live for the kind messages of people blowing smoke and sunshine up your fat ass. Okay, so Lurking Lioness asked a very valid question once the announcement was made, and that is Yar going to quit his job when the baby is born? Who will take the night shift? If you don't know, when they had their first baby, Anderson, Alex, being the coddled, spoiled, fucking weak-ass little princess that she is, can't actually be a mother. So she needed her sleep because she can't handle not getting sleep, which means she shouldn't have become a parent. But that's another story. So her husband, Yar, stopped working so he could take the night shift. And that's honorable of him. He's being a good partner. But, Alex is not a mother. She's not a mom. And how is she going to mother two kids with him working? Because he went back to work. He went out and got himself a job with the local school district as the controller. And that's a big job. He's probably making decent money, which they need because now they're going to have two kids. So that means that Alex is probably going to have to get her fat ass out of bed and go be a mom because Yar has to work. So, Lurking Lioness said, we all know that Alex won't be involved for the first 6 months of this little girl's life. Just like with Anderson, newborns are very hard work in the beginning with feedings and such. And just because it's a girl doesn't make the responsibility any easier. Alex will flex her adorable photo shoots of Noel. If you didn't know, Alex's birthday is Christmas Eve, and she has always wanted a daughter to name Noel. Onto her Instagram and then leave the baby to get her nails done. What will she do? We know Anderson will be in daycare regardless, but who will take care of baby girl? I don't see Nancy helping much. She'll hold the baby during the day, but I don't see her moving in to play Grandma of the Year. Just like Alex, her mom wants the fun stuff without the responsibility. Well, that's what grandmas are for. You get to be the grandma, because you did all the shitty stuff with your kids. So now if you get to be a grandmother, you get to do all the fun stuff. Just like Alex, her mom wants the fun stuff without the responsibility. So unless she hires a full-time nanny, is Yar doing this again? And Sparkle OTP said, I have always believed they had a night nurse with Anderson. She will do that with Noelle too. Anderson will be shipped off to daycare every day now. She will want to remove him from the equation as soon as possible. And there is no way she's going to manage 2 babies by herself. She can't. She's completely incapable. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Alfalfa said the night nurse was Yar. He looked really tired some mornings. Yeah, he did. You could tell he was a new dad. Of course, Alex was fresh as a daisy every morning because she wears her fucking noise-canceling headphones. She sleeps all night, and then she would put her little baby in his bassinet in his room and close the door and turn on the infrared light and all the noise machines and her noise-canceling headphones so she didn't have to listen to her baby cry. Her new baby. And now she's going to have a toddler and another new baby. This is going to be a disaster for the children. Calligrapher Late said, I agree. I don't know what she's going to do. If she gains another 50 pounds and again cannot hold her baby properly or breastfeed as it's too much trouble for her to try, I know it's very hard and not for everyone. Or how will she work out, walk the babies and Bruno? Is she going to get another car, stroller, house? Oh my God, so many questions. Pink Pony reminded us, a night nurse cost me $300 a night when I was sick. Filtered to Filth said, whatever the contract says, this simp will do, meaning that Yar is bought and paid for. He does as he's told. Yar does what he has to do. If he wants his financial needs met, he doesn't care about that accounting job. If Fatty will spoil him and let him freeload with a new car, bro is all toothless smiles. And finally, so Sipping Milk 37 said what we were all thinking, basically, in that Alex is in for a ride. My brother and I are 18 months apart in age. To say we absolutely tore the house down is an understatement. Yes, having a newborn and a toddler is hard, but imagine a 2 and a 4-year-old. Throw an under-exercised dog in the mix who suddenly has 2 enthusiastic playmates, and you won't have a quiet moment in your life anymore. Alex absolutely cannot deal with that. Solo parenting when Yar is at Army? Not happening. As soon as baby girl is mobile in any way, she'll be shipped off to daycare and family, so Alex won't have to deal with her own kids. She's excited for the aesthetics, which we all know. She said it, she always wanted one of each, a boy and a girl. She wants to be seen to be the magnificent mama of a cute little boy and a darling little mini-me girl. She's not interested in raising kids or doing the hard work. Hard work is not a part of Alex's mentality. She can't handle anything hard. She is a weak-ass piece of shit, in my humble opinion. Sipping Milk goes on. She's excited for the aesthetics, not the reality of having 2 kids close in age. Here are just a few things my brother and I did around the house at that age. My brother hid slugs from outside in his jacket pocket, which started to rot and stink up the whole house until my mom found them. Bring home a mountain of grass in a plastic bag for our cats after finding out that some cats eat grass to aid with digestion. We had grass in the house for weeks afterwards. Broke my parents' bed by jumping on it. We didn't tell them and just stacked books under it to make it look like it isn't broken. We peeled wallpaper off the wall because the cats were doing it too. Alex would have a massive mentee bee if her kids did something even half as feral. Yeah, I'm sure her kids are going to be locked up tight in whatever container will contain them at whatever age. And she is going to be even more OCD of a neat freak and trying to control the kids and everything they do. Micromanaging all to hell. Pink Lover Girl 7 said, right? She better bolt down that furniture and get rid of that heavy decor. Plus, she better start cleaning up Bruno's poop or else her house and her kids are going to be covered in it. Yeah. She has a stupid, unfenced, small backyard. And it's really a tragedy because her previous house was so beautiful and had the most gorgeous, huge backyard with a gorgeous pool in it. But she had to just get rid of that so she could go live in a McMansion with her Timu Drake husband. And so she allows her dog to poop in the backyard, which obviously you would do. I have a pooper scooper and a trash can, a little trash can out in the backyard. And every day and a half or so, I go out there and scoop everything up and put it in the trash can. And then eventually, when it fills up, it goes in the big trash can and it goes on the garbage truck. Why? Because you're not supposed to leave dog shit on the ground because it seeps into the groundwater and fills it with bacteria and viruses. It is not good. What does Alex do? She thinks she is the dog owner of the year because she picks it all up when the snow melts in the spring and she throws it in the woods being a tiny little green belt between her yard and the next cul-de-sac or whatever, which is illegal, Alex. That is illegal. You should get a $500 fine every time you do that. You're not supposed to throw your dog shit on public property. Pink Lover Girl goes on. And for her to think that she's going to be able to get them to nap at the same time? Or what if they're both sick at the same time? She does not have a clue. Disastrous Option 874 said, that fugly white couch in the front room, oh yeah, she probably will, because that's going to be Anderson's room, since the roommate still needs his own room. Yeah, I think they have a 5-bedroom house. So they've got Alex's bedroom, Alex's office, Anderson's bedroom, and then Yar's got his own office, and then there's the baby bedroom, or maybe it's a 4-bedroom house. But everyone's speculating on if Yar is actually going to sleep in the same bed as her, because it sure doesn't appear that he does. Powder and Paint 14 commented, and she expects them to be besties and play together. Ha! They will squabble, they will scream and cry, they will get up to mischief together, things will get broken and pulled down, there will be markers scribbled on furniture and walls. She wore noise-canceling headphones to block out Anderson's cries. I just want to stab myself in the eye with a pen thinking about that. What fucking mother even if you were just the babysitter, if I was babysitting someone's infant and I put the baby down for a nap, would I even close the door and then go downstairs and put on noise-canceling headphones? And then she had the fucking gall at one point to say she was so proud of herself for letting him cry it out, which we know now has scientifically been proven to damage babies' nervous systems and brains as they're developing. The baby learns that, no one's coming to help, and a baby's cry is all it has to get help. She is horrible. This is why people are just so up in arms over this poor little girl and the treatment she's going to get. And like I said before, yes, there are many parents out there that do horrible, horrific physical and emotional abuse to their children. But abuse and neglect is not always so obvious. It can be very subtle. And if you are the child of a narcissistic parent or step parent, as I am, it does not bode well for the future for these kids. Lurking Lobo 75 said, this will be Alex's pretext to send Anderson away to Yar's family. She will say Anderson was endangering her daughter, and it's best for Yar's family to raise him. Oh, God, I hope that doesn't happen. Although Yar was raised by his grandma, so maybe that would be better for Anderson. Key Proposal said she hasn't even experienced what it's like having a little 3 to 4-year-old boy yet. My son is going to turn 4 in 2 weeks, and oh boy, is he a handful. I was just getting ready yesterday in our front bathroom to go out to a birthday dinner, and he did all this in 3 minutes. He was in the living room. I walked in there. He had stripped down naked and had his table set up and got out all his huge bottles of paint and grabbed a paper towel and poured out like half the bottles of each color of paint on the paper towels and had his paper and his paintbrushes and was painting. He had paint all over him. It had dripped and puddled all over the floor. Naked, covered in paint. And we were running late. I had to give him another bath and then clean up the giant mess in my living room. Luckily, it was on hardwood and not carpet, but I can just imagine the fit Alex would have. My son's dad thought it was so funny. It made for a good picture. And that's what I have for you today, guys. You know the drill. Let me know your thoughts. Are you terrified for this baby girl as I am? Are you worried about Anderson? Do you wish Alex would just go the fuck away off the internet so we didn't have to witness the neglect and abuse that's going to come? Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please like it. Please hype it, subscribe, comment, do all those YouTube-y things. We are almost to 3,000 subs on this channel, and I thank everybody who stops by to hear me talk shit on the internet. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.